Donald Trump this week, as a sort of counter-programming effort to the Democratic National Convention, is traveling each day to different parts of the country. Yesterday, he was in Wisconsin. Today, I believe he's in, Iowa and maybe Arizona. And yesterday, specifically in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, he showed up, did a sort of rally-like event. I covered it live. And Trump simply collapsed once again into authoritarian daydreams, authoritarian nightmares, really, saying he would seek a third term as president because his first term maybe shouldn't count, I guess, because he was spied on, as he claims, even though, of course, that is not the case. Take a look at this insanity and remember, it might be a joke to you and me. We might see this as obviously the rantings of a lunatic, but a lot of his followers agree with this idea.
We are going to win 4 more years. And then after that, we'll go for another 4 years because, you know what, they spied on my campaign. We should get a redo of 4 years.
Now, obviously, it's an insane idea, but Trump got this insane idea from some right-wing commentators who started floating, hey, you know, listen, Trump didn't really get a first term because they spied on him and they impeached him and they did the Russia investigation. Trump heard the idea, so he floats it, and now his followers cheer, and some of them support the idea of a Trump third term. Now, of course, Trump will get no third term, nor will he run for one. But this is how wildly authoritarian stuff spreads, and it is spreading. Some pundit puts it in Trump's brain. Trump, at some point, manic from the crowd, cheering, floats it. And then you've got to start hearing from his followers who say this guy deserves a third term because he didn't really get a first one. Now, everything about this appearance was disturbing. Trump was very manic throughout. It actually got so bad that Trump started talking about trying to win the state of New York in November. It was so crazy that even Fox News had to cut away again. Check it out.
For Republicans, you have to run the whole board because they start off. Now, we're going to play for New York. With all of the crime in New York, I'm going to play for New York.
That was President Trump speaking live in Wisconsin at an airplane hangar, calling it a peaceful protest. Not a traditional campaign rally, really zeroing in on Joe Biden, saying he's bossed around.
Now, Biden is up 24 in New York right now. Trump only has 32% support in New York. There is, of course, no chance that Donald Trump wins New York. Trump can certainly win, and he can win re-election, but Donald Trump is not winning New York. And then Trump absurdly claims that the United States has coronavirus numbers that are better than almost all countries. It's difficult to imagine a less accurate statement. And then Trump says the reason you haven't heard that is because the media, he points to the back of the room always, the media won't tell you that.
They released it. They didn't release it in China, but it came to the United States and Europe, 188 all over the world, 188 countries all over the world. We're not going to forget it. We're not going to forget it. But we're doing great coming back. We're coming back, and our numbers are better than almost all countries. I will tell you that. Despite what you hear, look at all of them up there. Scott, look at all of that fake news. It's unbelievable. Unfortunately, Fox has become fake news, too. I don't know what happens to these people, right? Do you agree?
Trump even turning on Fox News there, which I'm going to talk about more tomorrow, saying Fox is fake news. But that's optics. I care about numbers. Trump said we're better than almost any country on coronavirus. Just as a reminder, we have the 8th most cases per capita and the 10th most deaths per capita out of more than 200 countries and territories. Those are the numbers. Then Trump went back to his terrible reading of a poorly written speech. And with 170,000 dead Americans from coronavirus, Trump says of Joe Biden, Joe was bad on swine flu. Take a listen.
Look at all the fake news. Isn't that incredible? Incredible. It's a lot of fake news back there, Scott. At the end of Joe Biden's 8 years as vice president, nearly 2 million Americans of prime working age had dropped out of the workforce. Our factories were stolen. Our country was doing lousy. He lost nearly 200,000 manufacturing jobs. He was, by the way, a disaster on swine flu. He got a horrible rating in Gallup. Look at the Gallup poll. Look at the Gallup poll. So they call it H1N1, right? Do you remember? H1, swine flu. H1N1. He calls it.
By the way, just to be thorough, out of curiosity, I went and looked at the Obama-Biden approval on swine flu in 2009. About 2/3 of the country approved of the job they did across all regions of the country, across all levels of concern about swine flu. So even there, Trump is wrong on the facts, and of course is talking about something completely unrelated to what is pressing now, which is 175,000 really dead from coronavirus, with 55,000 additional likely based on looking at excess death data. And then strangely, Donald Trump says Chicago is worse than Syria. That's the argument. I mean, you probably find it odd, but he said Chicago is worse than Syria and Iraq. The context was, of course, bragging about how he militarized our streets.
The drawbridges to prevent hordes of rioters from ransacking the city. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? 17 officers were injured in Chicago. They had a week a little while ago during a weekend spree where 78 people were shot and 18 died. That's worse than Afghanistan, which we're getting out of. That's worse than Iraq, which we're almost out of. That's worse than Syria, which we're out of, except we kept the oil, but that's okay. We don't have to talk about that.
Chicago is worse than Syria and Iraq. This is all really bad, but the seeking the third term thing is being weaponized and built up by his most deranged followers. And this is a presidency that is a testament to ignorance. The fact that he received 63 million votes in 2016 when running on things like fixing trade and dealing with China, which he obviously has no clue of, it was a completely obviously unsuited candidate to the job, but 63 million voted for him, and it's a testament to ignorance. The fact that he failed at everything during his presidency, most acutely coronavirus, and is back up to polling 42% in the latest Gallup presidential tracking poll, is a testament to ignorance. And then the fact that he floats something as authoritarian as a third term while sending militarized troops to cities and kneecapping the post office to try to prevent vote by mail, that is a testament to ignorance and to people's own sort of tacit approval or indifference to the authoritarianism they claim to oppose. So we're in real trouble, and we're in trouble as far as the absentee ballots as well. That's what I want to talk about next. If you are anything like me, you probably aren't thrilled with the idea of going into a doctor's office right now. And thankfully, there's a practical and affordable way to take control of your health and get personalized care from the comfort of your home. It's a service called SteadyMD. They're one of our sponsors. You take a quiz, you get matched with a licensed primary care physician who understands your health needs. You have a 1-hour video call with your new doctor. You establish a meaningful relationship with them. And after that, your doctor is available to you anytime by text, phone, or video chat. This is not a random doctor on call. Each doctor at SteadyMD has a limited number of patients, so they actually have time to listen to you. You get the personal attention that you deserve. They can do almost everything an in-person doctor can do: perform medical evaluations, talk to you about health concerns, send prescriptions to your home or local pharmacy, and anything they can't do online, they'll quickly set you up with an in-person provider to do, things like blood tests, as an example. You don't need insurance. It's only $99 a month with no other fees or copays. There are so many practical advantages to using SteadyMD for primary care, and it's also so much more affordable Go to steadymd.com/Pakman to take the free quiz, see which doctor is right for you. I took their quiz. They matched me with a doctor who specializes in my particular health needs and situation. The doctor they gave me is a really perfect fit for me and my medical needs. There's no risk, no commitment to get started. Just click the link right underneath this video.